guys, I'm Shell with Seacrest Bloom Limited, and I'm here to do a Mercury Retrograde reading for you guys. Woohoo! Welcome to my world. So basically, I actually don't normally do tarot readings online, so this is pretty new to me. This is only my fourth video, and I'm still a little bit nervous about it, so bear with me. But I'm doing a Mercury Retrograde tarot spread, and I've already shuffled the cards for you. I've cleansed them with sage. I called on Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, and Michael to assist to make sure that you get the messages that you are meant to receive. And basically, you know, we're all going through a lot of craziness right now with the retrograde, and so I thought it would be good to post a video about it and to help us all navigate through this time. A friend of mine who actually helped me create a group on Facebook posted this reading or this tarot spread that she found online, and so that's what I'm using. And here's what it says about that. It says Mercury retrograde has gotten a horrible reputation. I wonder why. And yes, it does often have mishaps with communication. Technology tends to blow up, cancel, both figuratively and literally. But if you know how to work with the flow, then you can create, sorry, my phone's fallen, create something positive out of this spread. This spread helps you choose what needs to be focused on and how to bring out the best of this time. So really quick, a little bit about me is, you know, I hate to put labels on things, especially myself, but if you're going to call me something, I guess you would call me a psychic intuitive. I've been having visions and prophetic dreams and seeing ghosts and such ever since I was in the crib, as far back as I can remember. And so I also do not just tarot readings. I've been doing tarot readings for about, gosh, I think give or take about 15 years. But normally I only do them for myself and my friends. And so, you know, I'm not new to tarot. I'm just new to posting them online. Let's see what else. I do have a twin sister. And so if she happens upon this video, I just want to say hi and I love you. I miss you. And we were actually separated at a very young age. And so I've actually been working on recovering my memories. And I just wanted her to know that I do love her, and I hope she reaches out to me. Let's see, as far as readings and donations go, I do own a website, but, you know, it's my sole source of income, and I just started advertising about 3 months ago. So it's still a work in progress. So donations are greatly accepted, and purchases on my website would be awesome. But I'm also doing personal readings. So if you're interested in having a personal reading, just shoot me an email, and I'll post my email and my PayPal address in the description. And then I'm also having a special. So if you decide to make a purchase on my website, which I'll post that link as well, I'm giving away, for every $10 purchase, you can get a 10-minute 2-card spread. So if you spend $50, I'll actually give you a whole hour, and as many questions as you can fit into that 1 hour, you know, reading. So if you want, we can actually do that live. I can do it on FaceTime, WhatsApp, or Discord. I also do intuitive readings, where I can actually look at a picture of a person as long as I can see both eyes and their whole face. If you have a question, whether it's about yourself or someone that you've just met or whatever the case is, you know, if you get mixed vibes about somebody, I've actually helped save some people's lives by doing that. You know, one gal, I actually had visions of the person trying to kidnap her. I actually saw her, literally, he put her in a coffin, and he was getting ready to bury her alive. And, you know, I didn't divulge that on the other 3 videos I just did, but there you go. That was one of the people that I actually helped with my intuitive readings. And crazy enough is when me and her talked about it, she actually told me that he was asking her questions about things similar to that and along those lines of coffins and such. So, yeah, a little freaky. So I prefer to do those, you know, if we're able to talk. So that way we can bounce everything off of each other. That way you can, if you have another question, you can ask me the question, and I can just keep tuning into, I call it tuning in to the person's picture and seeing like what their intention is, if they're a good person, if they're loyal, trustworthy. I have a really good knack for spotting cheaters. I'm sorry. I don't normally tell people that either, but you know, there it is. Full disclosure. I'm a Libra myself, and so I'm air and earth actually. And so I really relate to both. So this reading is actually for the air signs. So I'm a little nervous because I already got a peek at some of the cards, and I'm like, oh my God, like, yeah, this Mercury retrograde has been hitting people in different ways. And from what I've seen, like for me and some of my other friends, that some of us actually aren't experiencing it firsthand, like the craziness, but we're actually experiencing it through other people that are going like kind of freaky and crazy on us. And so that's why I'm a little like, whoa, like I recognize some of these cards that came up in other readings, and so I'm just a little nervous to see exactly what this is going to say. The Mercury retrograde has been messing with me through the people I know, coming at me. So yeah, so this should be interesting. I will jump right into it here. Let me see. Yep, I think I covered mostly everything, except if you do like this reading, please like it, thumbs up it, so that way I know that I'm doing a good job. And if you want me to do like more of the zodiacs, you know, break it down month by month instead of just the grouping the air, water, fire, and earth, you know, I will go into more detailed like monthly readings. But I need to know that you like it. So I don't feel like I'm over here in cyberspace all alone, like, hey, I'm just talking, getting views. And yeah, I need some likes, share, support, comment, subscribe. This is a new deck. So I actually will be reading a lot of it from the book, because it's not like your typical tarot. This is Dreams of Gaia. And I love this deck. It resonates with me so much. I just got it a couple weeks ago, and I'm really enjoying it. Another thing that I did for you guys is I pulled a meditation card, and I will be going over that later. And that's what we are supposed to be meditating on during this retrograde season. And then I also got us an angel card, and this one flew out, which I was a little shocked because Virgo got this card as well, or I'm sorry, the earth signs got this card as well, innocence. And so we'll be going into that later at the end. I am getting a little bit faster at doing this, but like I said, bear with me because a lot of it I'm reading from the book because it's a new deck and I don't know all the cards by heart yet. So our first card is in the place of, what will this retrograde bring into my life? And that is destiny. And I put bookmarkers so that way I could find everything faster for us. Excuse me. And I was wearing my headset in my other videos, but I found that it was throwing off my sound synced in with my voice. Sorry, I'm burning myself with a candle. And so it looked like I was in a foreign movie. So I'm not wearing my headset, so hopefully you can hear me okay on the video. But this is Destiny. This is our first card. I'll just set that right there. Keywords: personal destiny, universal destiny, seeking answers, purpose, quest. Now again, this is, what will this retrograde bring into my life? Key phrases: your destiny is to become whole and connected. Your destiny is to lead a life with meaning and purpose. Step inside and explore heart and mind. Discover your gifts and talents. A sense of purpose and confidence. Ancestral healing may be required. Now that's one I haven't seen yet. This is the first time I've seen this card come up. Break the chain. Remember your dreams. What are your strengths and weaknesses? Sometimes the most important destiny remains hidden. Your destiny may influence generations to come. Wow, that's so cool. Woohoo! Overcome the trials and obstacles. The destiny card represents the 8th reason for being, to embrace your destiny. Your destiny is twofold. You have a universal destiny and a personal destiny. Your universal destiny is to become whole and connected, to find your center, to overcome all that destroys your peace, to face your fear, to let go of hurts, and love yourself and your life with unreserved delight. You also have a personal destiny, and that destiny involves seeking and following your bliss. Your destiny is to find and lead a life that has meaning and purpose. But your destiny is not going to be found out there in the world. You must step inside and explore your heart and mind. Your destiny is not predetermined. It is a choice you will make based on your inherent gifts and talents. To meet your destiny, you must first discover and recognize what those gifts and talents are, and then work to use them for the benefit of self and others. To know you have a destiny or multiple destinies can give a sense of purpose and confidence. It can bring you joy, peace, and fulfillment. However, your journey toward meeting your destiny can be full of obstacles and trials. Like the quest of old, this is your quest, but instead of seeking an intangible holy grail, you move towards something tangible and real. There are activities and interests that inspire your passion and love, that make you feel complete and imbue you with a sense of rightness. It is these things that you are destined to do. It could be gardening, it could be painting, it could be fixing broken things and repurposing them. It could be healing, it could be protection, it could be anything, but the key to recognizing it is how it makes you feel and what you are willing to do in order to make it a key part of your life. You are never too old or too young to seek your divine purpose. Well, hot damn. All right. So when the destiny card appears in the present, this is what the retrograde will bring into my life. So when the destiny card appears in the present, it represents the quest for our destiny. In order to discover that destiny, we must determine what our gifts are. What are your gifts? What do you have a talent for? Maybe you feel that you do not have any unique abilities, gifts, or strengths, but why do they have to be unique? Why does it have to be a skill that only you possess? There are many butchers, bakers, and candlestick makers, and there's always room for more, especially for those who are passionate about what they do. It is not always about what you do, but how well you do it and what it inspires within you and in others. Do not make the mistake of automatically looking for something big or uniquely creative because it places you in the public spotlight. The most important people often work behind the scenes away from the spotlight. The reality is that we usually look in all the wrong places because we are comparing ourselves to others. That's pretty interesting for me because, I apparently chose the Mercury Retrograde to do readings. So maybe it is part of my calling or destiny. That's pretty interesting. My best friend's been telling me for, I think, almost a year or more that I should be doing readings professionally. Even though I always read out of the book because I never have that confidence of knowing every card by heart. So it's like even if I use the Rider-Waite, I still end up reading out of the book. But for all of us, that's pretty awesome that this is telling us the retrograde is bringing our destinies into our lives. So that's pretty cool. So whatever you're feeling right now, that you feel drawn to, like it's saying, even if it's not unique and original, it doesn't mean that that's not part of your destiny. So that's pretty awesome. So looks like the retrograde is bringing up things for us to look at about, hey, our callings. Right? Not too shabby there. All right, so our next card, I'm skipping over a bunch because, we don't need to hear everything about destiny. And our next card is thought. This came up in another reading as well. But this card flew out, so I took it. All of them flew out, actually. Some of them I wanted to put back, but I didn't because I was like, nope, it flew out. It's meant to be there. Okay, so our second card is what lessons need to be learned. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I skipped ahead. What aspect of my life will be most affected by this retrograde period? So our thoughts. With us being air signs, our thoughts are definitely being affected by this retrograde. Thought, reality, power, attention, focus, attraction, positivity, negativity, universal law. And for those of you that are new to tarot or to astrology type stuff, you know, us being air signs, which is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, you know, where air is more like mental, we're in our minds. The notes that I put online or pulled up online was we're always thinking, we're intellectual, always reasoning, analytical, and we're usually pretty fair and just. So that's just, you know, for the noobs who don't know, you know, no worries. Our key phrases are thoughts create reality. Thought is the foundation of consciousness. Don't rush your thinking. Be certain. I was just telling somebody the other day, you know, that I'm not trying to be rushing onto my thinking and my thoughts, you know, that I'm taking my time and trying to make a decision. So that's pretty cool. You know, don't rush your thinking. Be certain on your decisions, especially if you're making a big change or a big decision, especially about your destiny. Be certain, you know, at least make sure it resonates with you, you know, that that's what you're supposed to be doing. If it's something that you're kind of skeptical about, you know, follow your gut instinct. If you're being drawn to it, like I got woken up when I woke up from a dream. I think it was yesterday. I don't remember the exact dream, and this has been happening like the last few days for me, where when I woke up at the end of the dream, I actually heard like a message. And so the message I got, I think it was yesterday, was that I was being given gentle clues and signs to help nudge me. So I don't know if that was for doing readings or not, because I've been feeling drawn to do them for about the last week or so. So, so just, you know, little insight, you know, so maybe that's happening to you too. I don't know if your dreams are being affected by it, but our thoughts apparently are definitely being affected by the retrograde. Energy flows where attention goes. Be mindful of the universal laws. Thought is energy. Our conscious and unconscious mind in accord. Be realistic instead of optimistic or pessimistic. Good and bad go hand in hand. Change your mind, change your life. Do not overthink or speculate. Question the critical mind speak. Now, I know a lot of people who are very critical on themselves, and, you know, we all need to work on that, because we were raised in society where, you know, we had to be certain ways, and our parents wanted us to be certain ways, and don't do this and do that. And, you know, so a lot of times that critical mind thought, or those emotions that are those limiting beliefs, or those core beliefs, are in the back of our subconscious or the back of our unconscious, you know, that we may not even realize are coming and attacking us. In, you know, we don't see it as an attack, but we need to notice those. Pay attention to your critical self-talk, or mind speak. Let's see. So the meaning of this card is, I think, therefore I am. This simple statement is a founding principle of Western philosophy. It means if one questions one's existence, the very act of doubting and then questioning is proof that one does indeed exist. Let's see. Thought creates reality. Thought is the second and one of the most dominant of the influence cards in the deck. For thought, like emotion, will determine the direction of your life. Your thoughts, the way you think, shape and create the world around you. So, I mean, this is basically talking about how our thoughts are, you know, we manifest through our thoughts, and, you know, how we think about ourselves. So if you're thinking negative, then you're going to create and attract negative shit. So what aspect of my life will most be affected by the retrograde is our thoughts. So if you're having a lot of self-critical thoughts coming up, then that's a sign for you that it's time to take a look at those and work on your core beliefs. All right. So we are moving on. Wisdom is our third card. And this is how can I minimize the damage and negative results of this retrograde? All right. And wisdom says, this is, again, how can I minimize the damage and negative results of this retrograde? So if we're having issues with thought and, you know, we're being drawn to choose our destiny, the wisdom is the knowledge, understanding, awareness, self-knowledge, illumination, introspection, withdrawal, insight, common sense. Key phrases: you are here to become wise. Knowledge does not make you wise. Wisdom is learning from one's mistakes. Apply knowledge, logic, and common sense. Learn from more than just books. Seek out your elders. Time to break a cycle. Wisdom is understanding. Wisdom is loving the whole. Know and love your shadow. You have unlimited potential. The road ahead leads to many destinations. Yeah, this is the first time I've gotten this card in a reading too. You know, I've only had the deck a couple weeks, but yeah, I get excited every time I get a new card come up that I haven't seen yet. So the second of the 8 primary reasons for being is to acquire wisdom. While a person can have great knowledge, if they have no understanding, that knowledge will not make them wise. An individual may possess a great capability to retain facts and information, but lack the ability to truly possess what they've learned. Some say wisdom cannot be learned from a book. It is something that is learned through experience. True wisdom is born of understanding our experiences. Wisdom stems from learning from one's successes and mistakes, one's trials and adventures, one's gains and losses. Wisdom is born of awareness and discernment that allows you to judge the best course of action. In most situations, wisdom is the application of knowledge, logic, and common sense. Wisdom is the synthesis of external information acquired via personal experiences and learning. It comes from using logic, emotion, and intuition to analyze and understand, to discern the truth, to grow in awareness, and then use that knowledge to find our place and purpose within the universe and to live a good and productive life. Now, the wisdom in the present appears, it is reminding you to look beyond your personal scope, beyond your current opinions. You may have been conditioned to believe in dichotomies. You may have been conditioned to define, label, and judge. You may have been conditioned to think, behave, and be a certain way, but a wise person looks within and sees beyond their conditioning, beyond their opinions, to the truth. Now, that reminds me a lot about stuff I've been talking about lately, as far as going and finding your core beliefs, holding up the mirror of what keeps reoccurring in your life. And with the Mercury Retrograde, a lot of things keep being held up for us to work on, whether it's to transform them, heal them, release them, let go of the old, bring in the new. So with the wisdom, this is telling me that, do the work. If this keeps coming up to you, if it's coming up only for me and I'm sounding like a broken record, I'm sorry, but wisdom is coming up. And with wisdom comes having the know-it-all to be able to recognize that it's time to do the work. Do the work. Peel away those layers. And that's exactly what this is saying. They have peeled, to do so, they have peeled away the layers of familial and societal indoctrination, fears that have no foundation, insecurity, and doubt have revealed a person who understands, loves, and accepts the pure and whole nature of the psyche that remains. The wise person does not question whether they are good or bad, but accepts that they are human and that humans are multifaceted beings who cannot be nor should be defined or quantified in a limiting manner. So we need to do the work. A wise person realizes that a good person who does good deeds is still capable of bad acts, and that a bad person who does bad deeds is capable of doing good. So if you're having that critical self-talk, it's time to be wise about it and get down to the core beliefs and work on it. There's no reason for all that self-doubt and not loving yourself. You got to love yourself enough to go do the work. Even if it means crying and feeling like, oh my gosh, I should be healed from this. Well, guess what? If you're not and you're still seeing the repeat patterns coming up, especially with Mercury retrograde and things are coming up for you, then it's time to do the work so that you can move past it and release it. The rebirth is here. Mercury retrograde is in our faces telling us, go back, heal those emotions. For those who aren't familiar with me or my group and how I've been talking about healing the emotions, there's some great videos out there by Teal Swan. I recommend you go check them out. How to heal the emotional body, how to find your core beliefs and your limiting beliefs and how to change them. So I won't go into that too much because I've talked about that till, the cows come home. Tired of talking about it. Go do the freaking work. Let's see. A wise person knows that even if they were to possess all of the combined knowledge of man, that what they know would be equal to a single star in an ever-expanding universe full of an infinite number of stars. A wise person knows not to define or limit because humanity is full of limitless possibilities. We are constantly evolving and therefore unknowable. We are part of a great mystery and limited only by our own narrow perception and understanding of what was, what is, and what might be. When the wisdom card appears in your present, it says there is a beautiful wisdom in accepting that you do not have all the answers and that your opinion and beliefs, what you believe to be truths, are sometimes unimportant in the grand scheme of things. There are things you might know and things you need to know, but there are also things that are not for you to know, and speculation will gain you nothing but lost time. The wisdom card in the present represents a beautiful paradox. You need to accept that you are both wise and ignorant. Your wisdom is your truth, but it is only your truth. Your truth is not absolute. And that does remind me, yesterday, I think it was the water sign, that the water element, that they actually got perception, and for them to look at new perspectives. And that popped into my head when I was reading this too. Before I saw that, and then I saw perspective, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, so I need to tell you that, like, by changing our perspective, things can look totally different. So like if you're holding up the Hanged Man card and, you have it right side up, he's upside down. But if you flip the card and you change your perspective, he's actually right side up. So it's just a matter of looking at things from a different perspective. So be wise enough to know that sometimes when you don't know, you think you know something, sometimes you need to look at it from a different perspective and you'll learn something completely new. With us being all intellectual airheads over here, that's just my little airhead advice. All right. So that was how we can minimize the damage and negative results of the retrograde. Is be wise. Be wise. Go look at things from a different perspective and know that we don't know it all. Now this one is what lessons need to be learned. This was the one that made me a little bit nervous when I saw it come up. This is the Five of Earth. And who was it? Earth got this yesterday. And that one kind of tripped me out because you'll see. All right. So this is keywords. Okay. So first, this is what lessons need to be learned during this period. Keywords: easy options, easy money, connivance, deception, unnecessary risk, addiction, and blame. Key phrases: avoid easy answers, think twice about taking risk, something is not as it seems, be honest with yourself, you are accountable, do you gamble with another's future, consider the feelings of others, look beyond selfish desires and blame. When the Five of Earth card appears, awareness is of key importance. Something is not right. Something is not as they seem. Someone lies and deceives, and that someone could be you. Could it be that you are lying to yourself and those around you? It might not be a deliberate deception, but it is a deception nonetheless. The Five of Earth can also symbolize the devil inside, who encourages you to take the easy way out, to look for options that lead to instant gratification instead of putting in the hard work that yields enduring success. Is his voice in your head and heart inspiring you to risk everything for the chance of a quick buck or a momentary thrill? Think twice. If you choose to take a gamble now, you risk losing it all. So I guess this is telling us that even though we're looking at, our destiny, and, we're supposed to be wise not to jump into things, then this is telling us, to look beyond selfish desires and, maybe not take a chance just yet. So if you're trying to change your entire life or make a decision that will affect the long term, take your time in thinking about it. Thought was telling us, take our time considering things. Don't jump into it. Okay, I don't feel so nervous about that now. I was nervous because I was like, oh my God, who's lying? Who's being deceptive? So I think that's just basically telling us think twice. If you choose to take a gamble, we're risking it. And I remember my astrology when I read it for Libra. or not read it, when I saw it online on YouTube. Kelly Rosano, she's one of my favorite astrologists. She was basically saying things of that nature, about during the Mercury retrograde, not to take any gambles or risks. And if somebody enters our lives, we have a potential to start a new relationship right now, with the Libras anyway. I don't know about all the air signs, but that basically, there's a potential of starting a new relationship. Somebody new might come in, but if it seems too good to be true, then it is. So that's what that reminds me of with this is, take your time with things. Don't jump into anything. Definitely give it a lot of careful consideration, but maybe not necessarily take the risk at this moment. If it's there, if the opportunity is there now, then it should be there in a couple more weeks. Unless it's a job offer and maybe you can just tell them like, hey, can I have a couple weeks to decide about it before you quit your long-term job and change your whole life. That's just what's coming up for me to tell you. All right, so our next card is masculine, feminine. And this is, what part of my past do I need to reflect on in order to heal and aid in my journey? And this just came up for fire as well, fire signs. All right, oop. Sorry, I don't have like a stand or anything here. This is just one of my wands that I whittled, and I stuck it up here and learned yesterday that it helps hold the cards. So that's what's holding us up here, is crystals and wands. It's magic. All right, so the 11 of fire is masculine, feminine, passive aggressive, creation, destruction, action, inaction, masculine, feminine. Now this basically was telling us, I'm not going to read the whole thing. It says, put aside gender stereotypes. We are both masculine and feminine. Masculine energy serves to protect. Feminine energy serves to nurture. Too much of one, not enough of another. Embrace the energy that best suits your needs. Allow the energy to increase and ebb, and time to evaluate and realign. So whether you're man or woman, this is just letting us know, like, we have both aspects in us, masculine and feminine, all of us. And sometimes, they get out of balance. And so this card is basically letting us know to get balanced. It doesn't have to be equal, like 50-50 male-female, but if we're being too assertive, or we're being too passive, or we're being too nurturing, this is just letting us know, like, hey, we might not be in alignment right now, and we need to, check ourselves. So if something is coming up for us, don't overreact and be too emotional, and then don't underreact and be too, like, passive aggressive, So this is just letting us know, like, hey, check ourselves, make sure that we're being balanced. With air signs, we're always analytical, so don't overanalyze what's happening, but definitely whenever it comes to your reactions on things, your thoughts, try and be balanced. Don't be too much of one or the other. And it also says, pause for a moment, evaluate, and bring your masculine and feminine energies back into a harmonious alignment with your life and your needs. It's basically saying an opportunity to take a moment to evaluate your life and ask yourself whether you need to embrace a little more masculine or feminine energy in your day-to-day activities and relationships. Do you need to step up and be a little more assertive or proactive? Does something or someone need your protection? Are you not nurturing yourself or others enough? Are you being overly analytical instead of heeding your intuition? Are you allowing impatience to get the better of you when your situation calls for calm and compromise? Are you choosing a path of inaction when you need to embrace one of action in order to manifest the changes you need? So just pause for a moment, take a look, see, use your wisdom, what needs to be addressed. This is another one that got me a little nervous because I've seen this card before. I'll stick him over here. All right, so this is actually our last card. And I'm doing really good on time on this reading. I'm trying to actually hurry because one of my friends is really impatient. She's an air sign as well. And she's always harping on me because, I take too long. I write too much. So That's me being an air intellectual type person where I have to express myself. So I'm working on trying to be fast for her, so that I don't irritate her, especially during the Mercury Retrograde, you know, with everybody's emotions coming up. Now let's see, this last card is, what will the outcome of this period be? Will it be a generally positive and learning experience, or will it be full of misunderstandings and damage? Ugh, I don't like that last part because of the way they phrased it. But let's see, 5 of Fire, rivalry, competition, aggression, bullying, conflict, discord, chaos, obstacles. The key phrases here: a time of chaos, conflict, or confrontation, a battle for control or dominance, a desire for power, influence, or wealth. Do not judge or condemn others. Base your concerns in fact. Avoid pack mentality behavior. Make no place for bullying. Focus on your vision, not on what others are doing. So I had this come up in a reading before, and it's basically talking about, you know, if someone else is doing the same thing that you're doing. So this ties in, I see now, with the destiny. So if someone else is doing the same thing you're doing, who cares? They really aren't your competition. We really have no one to compete with but ourselves. Because in all honesty, there is no one else like you. We are each unique and individual. So when you're going out for something, like let's say, even if it's a new job, you're not competing with someone else. You're really not. You're competing with yourself and how you come across. Yeah, there might be somebody better suited for the job, but when it comes to that interview, or it comes to you, you know, standing up and saying who you are and why the job should be yours, you're not competing with someone else. It's a matter of how you're presenting yourself. It's a matter of being wise enough to say what it is that you feel should give you that job above anyone else. And if you're looking at becoming independent, self-employed, or, you know, like it said, if you're looking at being a baker or a candle maker or, you know, a chef, whatever it is, if that's a self-employed business and that, you know, you're feeling drawn to do that as your destiny, and other people might be doing it too, it doesn't matter. There's an abundance in the world. This is telling us right here, this card talks about that even though other people may be doing the same thing, there's no need to worry or fret about it. And basically it does go on and talk about how, you know, sometimes people get really, you know, petty with things where they will actually try and sabotage someone else's business because they feel like they're the competition and they're taking away their business. Well, they're not. There's plenty for everyone to go around. There's more than enough for everyone. There's more than enough customers. There's more than enough money. There's more than enough houses to sell or candles to buy. There's how many, billions of people in the world? It's just a matter of, are you providing what people want? Not whether or not someone else is providing it too. The universe is going to bring to you what you call into your life. So if you're thinking in an abundance mentality, then you're going to get what you want, regardless of Joe Schmo over there getting what he wants. It doesn't. Who cares? There's enough for all of us. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. So your next card for meditation is intuition and your third eye chakra. Try and not knock this over. I had a different setup yesterday, and the wand was actually holding the cards up really, really good. And I was like really excited about it. And then when I was getting ready to start filming tonight, I accidentally spilled coffee and had to clean up my mess and reset my stuff. And, you know, the wand was falling like crazy during the fire reading. So I'm like, I tried to reset it. So it's a little better this time. All right, so our meditation for the air signs is the intuition, the third eye chakra, called Anya, is the color indigo, the element air with the vibration of sound. The ruling planet is Neptune. It is the seat of your intuition and psychic gifts. It is located in the center of the forehead, a little above the eyes. The key phrase to this chakra is I see. An open, fully functioning third eye chakra brings clairvoyance, psychic dreams, and medium skills. This chakra rules your ability to perceive, concentrate, and imagine. It aids in clear thinking, reasoning, insights, soul realization, and perception. Signs of imbalance can include problems with glands, including the pituitary gland, headaches, including migraines, hormone imbalances, lack of discernment, concentration, future planning, commitment issues, nightmares, tension, and eye problems. By channeling the energy of Neptune into the third eye, you will open doors to new and higher knowledge and balance third eye issues. Neptune energy will activate your clairvoyance and bring prophetic dreams. The message behind the third eye chakra is to trust your intuition and clear reasoning. You already know what to do. Additional meanings. You are seeing this situation clearly. You have already been told the answer. Your answer will come in meditation or a dream. Chant, I see only love. Chant, I see beauty and love everywhere. Chant, I see from my third eye clearly. Chant, I see myself objectively. Chant, I see the best in myself and others. Chant, I see life as joyous and fun. So this does tie in with our destiny here, if we're working on our destinies, and with our thinking, because we don't want to be hurtful to ourselves or to others. And so the chant, I see the best in myself and others, as well as not worrying about competition and in being balanced. So we need to tune into our intuition at this time, especially during the retrograde, and not let that negative self-talk affect us. Change it up. Let it go. The retrograde is for releasing. The rebirth is here. It's time to let it go. Time to change the negative self-talk. All right, so our last card, which is our message from the angels, Archangel Michael, is innocence. Archangel Michael is holding you in a comforting embrace, assuring you of your innocence. Ask him to help you forgive yourself and let go of guilt, which is a heavy emotion that keeps you from experiencing inner peace, by saying, Archangel Michael, thank you for helping me forgive myself for, name the specific event, and for anything else I've blamed myself for. Please help me release all self-blame from my mind, body, and emotions. Feel the sensation of deep release as Archangel Michael helps you embrace your true innocence. Your past behavior could never undo God's perfect handiwork in creating you as a powerful, loving, and much-needed being of light and love. Possible specific meanings. The individual you're inquiring about is innocent. Purify or detoxify. You can trust the situation that you're asking about. Focus on other people's good qualities instead of their mistakes. So again, with our destiny and our thoughts, we can trust the situation we're asking about. We need to purify and detoxify our thoughts and balance. As well as this card that I covered up with worrying about others. Who cares how many bakers there are, or how many candle makers there are, or how many people are whittling, or how many websites there are. I think I didn't know when I started my website business that there's a gazillion out there. Of course I knew. I started it anyway because I know that I'm going to provide some of the best damn customer service there is, as well as the best prices possible. That's why I created my website. I'm a shopper too. And so, I believe that there's just too many people out there charging way too much for some stuff. And I was like, enough of this crap. So I started my own website, so I can try and pay it forward. I don't make much per item because I'm trying to beat other people's prices, but at least I feel like I'm doing a good deed by giving good deals to everyone and treating everyone like a friend, because that's how I want to be treated. I want the best deals possible. When I go shopping, I'm like Miss Comparison Shopper, and I remember all the prices of things. And so when I go to buy something, if I know I've seen it somewhere cheaper, I'm not going to buy it, unless it's only $1 or $2, but still. Usually I'll wait until I find the best deal and I feel good about the purchase. So that's why, I do my best to pay it forward. So just FYI, that's where we don't have to worry about the competition and who's doing what. That's all I'm trying to say. If you want to go open up a new Chinese restaurant in Chinatown and, there's 400 other restaurants. They're selling the same stuff. You know, you have to do your thing, you know, do it to it and make your mark, you know, be different in your own way. Prayer. Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see that all of your qualities of pure love and light are reflected within me and all others. Help me embrace my God-given innocence so that I may be at peace. All right, that was our reading, guys, for the air signs. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I feel much better now knowing that those 2 cards that I've seen before weren't so freaky. I was nervous. But I think it came out pretty good. I hope you guys liked it. Please remember to like, share if you feel the need to share, subscribe, and you know, if it resonated with you, and go ahead, make a comment in the comments, and let me know. Thanks. Talk to you later. Namaste, blessings, and have a good day.